Hello, Your Highnesses. Today I'm going to show you how to do a crockpot apple crisp using my 1.5 quart Hello Kitty crockpot here. So already I've got preloaded about 3 ambrosia apples. I prefer to use Honeycrisp. They're a little bit better, but they're a little expensive this time of year and ambrosia is cheaper. So for my base of this, I've just got my apples. I've got pre-measured out a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, which I'm going to dump on top of here. Left that in. Make sure you pre-wash your hands. You'll see inside of this little cup here, I've got a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of salt, and a teaspoon's worth of cinnamon. And I'm going to sprinkle that on top. And it's just literally pinches of the salt and nutmeg. Then we have 1 tablespoon's worth of white sugar to go on top. And I freshly squeezed a lemon this morning. So here is our freshly squeezed lemon juice, except we're not going to use quite all of that. That's quite a bit for this. So we're just going to use just a little bit. About a 1/4. There. And then we're going to take our wooden spoon and stir this together. You want to stir gently and always use a wooden spoon so that way you're not hurting the sides of the crock pot. You don't want to ruin the crock pot. That would be tragic. Nobody wants a sad Hello Kitty crock pot. Pardon the children noises in the background. They're off watching a movie. I prep dessert. Alright, we're going to come back and give this another stir just before we're done. But in the meantime, we're going to take our 1/4 cup of butter that we have sitting here, and we are going to add our flour. Now that was 1/2 cup flour. We have just under a 1/4 cup of brown sugar here. Once again, we have an even smaller pinch of salt. We have a little bit more nutmeg over here, and we have about just under a teaspoon's worth of cinnamon. And that can go all in. And last but not least, we have our oats. And you take your pastry cutter. Mine's a little old. It's actually older than me, so it's missing a prong. Used to belong to my mother, so don't mind that it doesn't work as well as newer ones, or that it's not as quickly. Now I'll try to get through this as fast as I can. When it gets to this point here, you can just basically take your pastry cutter and put it off to the side. And then you're able to, went out of camera view there, sorry. And you can see now it's a little more crumbly. And it's more like a pastry topping. So once that's all ready, quickly wash my hands here. Come back, give this another stir. As long as you don't tip it over. Try wrecking the place. Yay. Oh, there you go. Too rough with the apples because you don't want to split them all up too much. Alright, so now you want to take your mixture and flatten it out as best you can with your wooden spoon. So your mixture should look like this. And then take your crumble And we dump it on top. Beauty. So by the time everything's said and done, that is what it should look like, all nice and covered. Cover that up, and then we're going to set this on low and let it cook for about 4 hours, and we'll come back to this. All right, it has been about 4 hours actually. I let it go for a little bit longer, and this should be done. As you see here, looking pretty good. Dig this right down. Oh yeah, look at that. You can hear the boiling, the bubbling. It's nice and soft. Start by just taking a little bit here. That is good. Not too overpowering, not too much cinnamon. That is great. I would call this a success. So I'm just gonna scoop out just a little bit more for myself. Is a little bit watery on the bottom. Give you a heads up. Now that could also be based on the fact that I had the soaking of water. I tried to soak up as much of the water as I could beforehand, but unfortunately I think there was still some left. And then I'm gonna add just a dollop of vanilla bean ice cream. Make this super extra tasty. And there we go. Hello Kitty crockpot apple crisp. Thanks for watching, guys.